Hello, and let me be the first to welcome you to Mechanical Engineering at the University of Ottawa. Our team is composed of Professor Natalie Badour, the Chair of Mechanical Engineering, myself, Professor Eric Nateng, Associate Chair for Mechanical Engineering, and my partner, Professor Marianne Fenech, Associate Chair of Biomedical Mechanical Engineering. So, if you are in mechanical engineering, then you are in one of these programs. And if you are in one of these programs, then this, hopefully, will be your first experience in mechanical engineering. This is our engineering design lab, where you will take Introduction to Mechanical Engineering, as well as your second and fourth year engineering design classes. Your program will start off with the fundamentals. First year, you will have courses in math, physics, chemistry, as well as a course on Introduction to Mechanical Engineering in the room that you just saw. Second year, we'll see some general engineering courses on fundamentals, such as mechanics, thermodynamics, design, and materials. Moving on to third year is when you get into the more advanced engineering science courses, such as system dynamics, fluids, machine design, and heat transfer. This will be followed by some advanced concepts on computer-aided design, application of what you've learned in third year in the mechanical engineering laboratory, and a couple of technical electives on more advanced engineering topics. The mechanical engineering program is organized through a series of prerequisites and co-requisites. This means that all courses are linked. For example, if you take Fluid Mechanics 1 in third year, then that requires 3 prerequisites: Calculus 3, Thermodynamics 1, and Mechanics 1, all taken in second year. Therefore, if you have to miss one of these courses for one reason or another, then you should consult with the undergraduate office to determine your best course of action. Now, the entire program is accredited by CEAB. This means that your degree is a professional degree, and once you obtain your degree, then you are allowed to apply for a license, an engineering license, which will allow you to call yourself an engineer and as well use the term PEng. The Faculty of Engineering is composed of 4 buildings. The Cut and Buy building on the top left, which is where the Department of Mechanical Engineering is located, on the second floor. The Site building on the top right, the Art building on the bottom left, and the new STEM building on the bottom right. Now, the majority of your courses in first year will be taken all across campus. However, all of your labs will be held in one of these 4 buildings. Now, one of the labs that you will be seeing quite often in mechanical engineering is the fluids lab. In the fluids lab, we have a wind tunnel, we have a pumps lab, there are experiments for fluids, Bernoulli's fluids, fluid metering lab. In the back here, there is an impact jets lab. And on the right, we have a refrigeration lab, as well as a secondary refrigeration lab. Following this, we have also a materials undergraduate laboratory, where we have several instruments for heating different materials. We have machines for testing the braking strength of material, the impact braking strength of material, the toughness. Here we have an experiment that is going on from 2 of my students. Here are more equipment for testing different materials and washing different materials. We have our controls undergraduate laboratory, where we have different experiments on wheel balancing, for example. As we continue the video, we see there's an acoustic sound lab. There are Arduino projects, which are developed in third year, as well as control projects for the fourth year labs. Now, we all hope that the pandemic will be over by the time that you get into the labs. However, things are changing rapidly. And the university has already restarted research activities, so plans are being made before we get the green light to go back into the labs. In terms of your courses, the fall term will be entirely online. So it is very important to attend your virtual classes and participate. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact your professors or your teaching assistants for problems. Now, it's also very important to complete your assignments, as these will help you prepare you for what's next, such as exams, courses, and ultimately solving real-world problems. Now, the undergraduate office has listed these 8 reasons why first-year students fail their first-year courses. And without a doubt, the first reason is absences, followed closely by a lack of engagement. Now, the last reason, neglecting your peer network, will ultimately be very important during the fall term, and there will be tools available for you to connect with your peers. Lastly, we as professors spend roughly 50% of our time to research and the other 50% teaching. There are some very good teachers at U Ottawa, and we appreciate it when you are curious. So please do not shy away from talking at length, talking to us about our research and about what we do here at U Ottawa. Now, as I mentioned, the Undergraduate Studies Office is your first point of contact to discuss your academic file. So please don't hesitate to consult their webpage, view their procedures, and download forms in order to send detailed email requests. Virtual meetings with a senior officer or an academic advisor via Microsoft Teams is also possible. We also have a workshop, Engineering and Computer Science Mentoring Center. New for this year, all first-year students will have a personalized mentor. Mentor will communicate with you on a weekly basis, and you will be encouraged to attend first-year study groups, participate in group discussions, and or schedule individual consultations with a mentor. Mentors know student services and can help you find resources on campus. You can also discover our new social integration program offered to all new and returning students at the Faculty of Engineering. This peer connection program is an opportunity for you to meet students, make new friends, and socially interact with each other. It's a volunteer-based program, and students must register to participate. So the Faculty of Engineering will pair all students from any level with other students based on their interests. Once paired, you can interact with your peer using the online platforms that best fit you and your peers' needs, and or meet in person while respecting the guidelines established by the Public Health Authority. We suggest using platforms such as Facebook, email, MS Teams, Yammer, or any other. You choose what works best for you. Registration starts at the end of August, so watch for an email this month. Enjoy being part of a team building a highly fuel-efficient or off-road vehicle. Would you like to design a human hamster wheel for a museum display that teaches people about energy consumption? Then join an engineering club or team to work on these exciting types of projects. There are many competitive teams in the faculty, such as Baja, Rocketry, Super Mileage, the Concrete Canoe, Formula Racing Team, and Roboboat are just a few examples. The experience gained in these competitive teams be very valuable on your resume once you start looking for employment. There are many other opportunities as well to develop your entrepreneurial and engineering design skills. The Center for Entrepreneurship and Engineering Design, SEED, will help you achieve these goals by providing design and entrepreneurship education and experience. For example, the Brunsfield Center is a student-led machine shop where staff and student can work with traditional manufacturing equipment. The space offers a variety of tools, such as mills, lathe, bandsaws, drill press, and even welding. The center is open for all those who complete the corresponding introductory training offered by the MTC Center. We also have the U Ottawa Richard Labbé Makerspace, where students can collaborate to build their own dream projects. It's open to students and the community members to invent, make, build, and play. And again, the space is led and organized and managed by students from different fields of studies. The U Ottawa Maker Lab offers a course-based laboratory setting focused on rapid prototyping technologies. These courses can include sessions to give students structured learning experience about many of the technologies available at the Richard Labbé Makerspace. Also the Simon Neme Design Commons, a reconfigurable room to foster creativity and innovation by providing a space to meet, visualize, and get ideas out. The Design Commons is covered with whiteboards and has reconfigurable furniture to encourage people to generate creative ideas. The GMTS space is another collaborative space that provides pre-competitive teams involved in large-scale projects such as the super mileage or the Baja race competitions with space and infrastructure to push technological and mechanical boundaries. GMTS is located in the STEM complex across from the Brunsfield Center, and allows students to use various machines located in the center as needed. Are you interested in research? If so, you can get involved through the University of Ottawa's Europe Scholarship Program. It provides a $1,000 scholarship, or the equivalent of about 50 hours of work between October and March, to do research with a faculty member.
I'm Eleni and I graduated from the Mechanical Engineering program in the spring of 2020. And now I'm starting a master's degree in robotics, building my own drone. So I did a few cool things in undergrad. I built a 3D printer out of recycled electronic parts. I designed robots, and I know I made friendships that are gonna last a lifetime. My best advice for new students would be to get to know the other students in your program, talk to people, and know that if you're having a hard time or if you're struggling, you can always ask for help. Welcome to Ottawa.
There are many research facilities across campus. For example, the Robotic Interactions Research Laboratory features a flight space, as you can see in the background, with a giant blimp currently propped in the middle there. Some machining centers for use for undergraduate students. We have machining centers, a prototyping zone, a space where we can test autonomous robots, a space where we can fabricate different types of UAVs, fly UAVs, control UAVs through hardware and software, as well as create components for these vehicles. Another research laboratory is the Fluids Lab, where you may find yourself doing experiments on a large-scale wind tunnel, such as the one shown on the left here. There are also experiments, again, in the wind tunnel using laminar flow. We have a secondary wind tunnel on the right here. There are experiments, heat transfer experiments in front of us here, which are presently ongoing and in construction. In the back of the picture here, we're going to come up to a water tunnel for doing experiments with water. Example of one of our research laboratories. Here we have the microfracture laboratory. Now you can see that there are a number of equipment, including a scanning electron microscope, a vacuum chambers, heated vacuum chambers for annealing metals. There is also a laser, and here the student is taking us through all of the components of the laser for doing his research. This is the laser itself. Again, these systems are tailored for specific experiments, and the majority of the lab contains multiple tools to develop these experiments specifically. To conclude our little tour, I thought I'd give you a little view of what it looks like in our engineering machine shop. So we have three machinists, three full-time machinists who are in charge of creating and manufacturing pieces and parts for different research projects, taking care of undergraduate labs, taking care of all of the equipment that we will be using, or we do use in the different labs, and also supporting the competitive teams to a certain extent. The co-op program is the answer when you're working towards your future. So how does it work? The study terms are paid work terms. You end up with a degree and 1 year more of practical work experience. It's important to consult the co-op webpage located at www.coop.uottawa.ca for updated information regarding COVID's date, deadline, regulations, mobility, including detailed frequently asked questions for students. Time of increasing globalization and automation. Employers are seeking to recruit individuals who have the employment skills and values of a global citizen. In response to this growing interest, the University of Ottawa launched UO Global Recognition, a program that aims to guide the development of employment skills that are valued around the world, such as cross-cultural communication, innovation, adaptability, critical thinking through experiential intercultural learning, training, and self-reflection. Interested in finding more information? Then simply consult the webpage at www.international.uottawa.ca. I would just like to highlight 3 other departments that can help you with your virtual transition to the university. These include the Career Development Center for career counseling and job search, the Student Academic Success Services for personalized counseling, academic accommodations, and academic writing help. And finally, Student Life for virtual events and activities, sports, and the GGs. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. On September 8th, please join us during a live Q&A session where we'll be answering your questions on any topic related to your program. Faculty will be sending you more information via email soon, so stay tuned.